Good morning, children. Children, today we are going to start chapter carbon and its compounds, and you all know the symbol of carbon is C. Its atomic number is 6 and its atomic mass is 12. Children, you are seeing on the screen the atomic mass of carbon is written as 12.0107. It is actually its average atomic mass, because you all know there are the isotopes of carbon also. That is why the average atomic mass is taken over here. And because carbon has 12 atomic mass, so inside the nucleus of carbon there are 6 protons and 6 neutrons. And in case of carbon there are 2 shells. In K shell the 2 electrons are present, and in L shell there are 4 electrons present. Now about carbon, children. Carbon is a non-metal, and the term carbon is derived from the Latin word which is carbo, and the meaning of this carbo term is coal. Children, this is because carbon is the main constituent of coal. The amount of carbon present in the earth crust and atmosphere is very small. The earth crust contains only 0.02% carbon in the form of minerals, and the atmosphere has only 0.034% of carbon dioxide. Now children, I can say here all the living things, plants and animals, are made up of carbon based compounds which are called as organic compounds. I can say here carbon element is present in all living things, and the branch of chemistry where we used to study organic compounds is called as organic chemistry. Children, I can say here the large number of things which we use in our daily life are made up of carbon compounds or carbon based compounds. Like for example, food material like grains, pulses, sugar, tea, coffee, fruits, vegetables are carbon compounds. Like the materials, cotton, silk, wool, nylon, polyester, these all are organic compounds or carbon based compounds. The fuel like wood, kerosene, LPG, natural gas, CNG, petrol, diesel, which we are used to use for different purposes, are carbon based compounds. Other examples like paper, rubber, plastic, leather, drugs, dyes are also carbon compounds, children. From here I can say that the carbon element is playing a very important role in our life. Now children, bonding of carbon atom with another atoms. In earlier slide I told you the electronic configuration of carbon is 2,4. It is containing 4 electrons in valence shell. And children, according to octet rule, to attain noble gas configuration it require 4 more electrons to complete its octet, or to attain 8 electrons in outermost shell. That is when carbon used to get stabilized. If 4 electrons are present in valence shell, either carbon will lose 4 electrons or gain 4 more electrons. If it is gaining electrons, so the electronic configuration would be 2,8 after attaining 4 more electrons from outside. Or if carbon is losing electrons, it has to lose all 4 electrons from its outermost shell, and it got its complete duplet. If children, if carbon could gain 4 electrons from outside, then what happened? Carbon would acquire 4 minus charge and carbon anion will form. In this case, what will happen? As we know, there are 6 protons inside the nucleus of carbon, and there are 6 electrons in the neutral atom of carbon. If 4 more electrons are coming from outside inside its valence shell, then the total number of electrons would be 10. So 6 protons are going to hold 10 electrons. It would be very difficult to hold 10 electrons by the 6 protons present inside the nucleus. Another condition, if carbon is losing 4 electrons, that means carbon is turning up into carbon cation with positive 4 charge. First of all, for removal of any one electron, lots of energy is required, and we are talking here about the removal of 4 electrons. So very high amount of energy is involved in this process. And after the removal of 4 electrons, what will happen? Carbon is only having 2 electrons in its K shell, and these 2 electrons will be held by 6 protons present inside the nucleus. So this option is very difficult for carbon. So because both the situation are very much difficult for carbon, carbon overcome this problem by sharing its valence electrons with other atoms of carbon or with atoms of other elements. Children, it is not like that this kind of bonding is happening in case of carbon only. So many other atoms are also there which are not containing any carbon atom, but still they are sharing their electrons and getting stabilized. One very basic example is like hydrogen gas. 2 atoms of hydrogen are sharing their electron to make a pair, and this electron pair will be belonging to the both atoms of hydrogen. So the moral of the story from here, children, carbon never give out or take any electron from outside. It used to share its electron. The electron will remain in its valence shell, and from there only it used to share its electron, and also take the benefit of the electrons which are there in that atom's shell to complete its own octet. Now children, covalent bonding. Covalent bonding is the one where atom of an element form molecules by their sharing of electrons, and the shared electrons belong to the outer shell of both the atoms and lead to both atoms attaining noble gas electronic configuration. Children, in such kind of bonding, generally non-metal combines with another non-metal, and They used to share their electrons and form covalent bond. I want to mention here the alkali metals like lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. They never used to indulge in such kind of bonding. They used to remove their electron and turn up into cations. Alkaline earth metals, up to one extent, if we remove the exceptions, they also used to remove their electrons and turn up into cations. But the non-metals, most of the non-metals used to indulge themselves in covalent bonding and attain the noble gas configuration. I repeat, generally non-metals used to do the covalent bonding, or no non-metal used to bond with other atom with covalent bond only and attain noble gas configuration.